Hello students, how are you? Hope you are fine at home and doing well. So we are going to start our topic fundamentals of computer. This is very basic question we are learning from in almost in every class. What is a computer? So I'll explain you once again. Computer is an electronic device that accepts raw data as input. I have written actually step by step, like underline the words, important words. Yes, you can know. Accepts raw data as input, process it, and with set of instructions produce output for future use. Now, everyone look at these underlined words. Accepts raw data as input. What do you understand by raw? Raw means kacha. To produce a final good, that material used is called as raw. So data is raw and we feed as input and computer process it. कोई काम करेगा उसके ऊपर with help of set of instructions, like we are giving to computer instructions, we are giving to computer to perform particular task for what, to produce output that can be used in future. Okay, now here if you have noticed I have underlined three words: input, process and output. So basic function of any computer is input, process it, and produce output. You can consider about any machine. Suppose we want a juice. So what is the raw material to produce the juice? That is fruits, vegetables. So what we do, we blend them in a juicer and produce the final good, that is drinkable juice. Similarly, if we input suppose two numbers 4, 5. Now what is the process? I add them. What will be the output? 9. Got it? So these two numbers as an individual have no relevance, like it's just a number 4 and 5. When we process them, it becomes 9. Got it? So this is the output. Another important, so basic things, three things we get from any sort of computer is input, process, output. Okay, and for future use, how can we use something in future? If we have stored that thing or in our memory. So computer's important top part is memory. Suppose now what is the difference of computer with other machines? I have just typed 4 and 5 in typewriter and press 4 plus 5 and manually I type 9. No, nothing is stored on typewriter. So typewriter can just type the words and that cannot be used in future. Similarly, if you are using calculator, consider about the machine calculator. What calculator do? Calculator just add the values, but for if you need them in future, you will not have that same values again. You have to feed them. But in computer, if we have stored the things, that can be used in future also. Got it? Thank you. Now the next thing is structure of computer. It is very important to understand how computer does work. So this is our CPU. As everyone we have seen that CPU, Central Processing Unit, the box type machine we see every time. Now see, It is further divided into three main parts: MU, CU, ALU. I hope everyone you know what is MU. A memory unit. CU, control unit. ALU, arithmetic logic unit. So now all these parts are connected to input unit and output unit. Now step by step, what happens when we enter the data through input unit, it goes to CPU. CPU checks whether if it is arithmetic calculation, it stands to the ALU. ALU perform mathematical calculation and send back to CU. Now it, if you want to store or while doing the work it kept in computer's memory, it remains in memory unit. Memory unit stores for temporary purpose and return back to CU again. This process is just going on as far as we are performing any calculation or any process. Now if you want to store the things for permanent user, as we have discussed, for future use, it goes to mass storage. What is mass storage? I think everyone you know: hard disk, pen drives, that in detail we will discuss later. Pen drives, CD drive, disk, DVD, all these things are mass storage. It remains permanent there. Okay, now step by step we will follow. Input. How we input the data? Through the basic input devices, keyboard. Through input we enter the data through keyboard. Another important is, as you everyone you know, mouse, scanner, joystick. Normally we used to play video games with the joystick. Got it? Many other are there, you have learned in previous classes. Barcode reader. Everyone you have must seen barcode reader at like malls, where we buy the things and they scan the product label. It is just like these vertical lines. It is barcode reader. Okay, now we will discuss in detail about memory unit and output unit. The next important part is output unit. Output unit, from where we receive the output as produced by the processor. It is monitor, speaker and printer. All of you are aware of all these output devices. Now the important topic, that just listen carefully, that is memory, where we store the things in computer. Basically just see the structure. Memory is of two type: primary and secondary. Now primary it is also called as internal memory, that is built inside the CPU by manufacturer. Got it? And secondary memory is also known as external memory, that we attached, as we have discussed while discussing the CPU structure, that is mass storage. Secondary storage is HDD, hard disk drive, DVD, digital versatile disk, CD, all pen drives, memory cards, also known as flash cards. Got it? These all are comes in category of secondary memory. Now the important is primary memory is of basically two type: RAM and ROM. RAM is random access memory and ROM read only memory. It is temporary memory, it is permanent memory. Got it? It is temporary memory, it is permanent memory. Data remains there as long as computer is switched on. As soon as we switched off the computer, it's wiped out. And ROM, it is the kind of chip memory produced by manufacturer on the main motherboard that remains even if the computer is switched off. So RAM is a temporary memory and ROM is a permanent memory.